This is TWiT.
All right. Let's jump into some app news. Burke!
Angry app news.
I wasn't actually angry.
You just barked Burke's name.
Burke!
Full force.
Thank you, Burke. No, I'm just upset at this story. That's what it is. And I'm sorry. I didn't mean to shoot the messenger, Burke. I realize you're just pushing buttons on a TriCaster. I didn't mean to throw my anger and hostility your way.
I was a little slow in the queue. Let's be honest.
So just last week, Google Play Music began its dismantling. We already know that Google Play Music is done this fall.
Yeah.
And we're kind of in the fall mostly at this point, or nearly. So assistant devices are now defaulting to YouTube Music, and they say as much instead of Google Play Music. So if you have your default set to Google Play Music, is it switching over to YouTube Music now, Ron?
No,
is that what's happening?
So literally what happened? This okay. Oh my God, we are opening a can of worms. So
okay, here we go.
Because I have a YouTube Music qualm, but anyway, so I have a Google Play. I have a whatever. Blah. I have the home device with the screen. And I have the home device without the screen. I've got the screen is in the kitchen. The air freshener is in the bedroom. I went to one of the devices. I forget which one. And I said, okay, G, play, Hi Ho by the Dwarf Chorus from Snow White, because my son likes that. And before it started playing, is like, okay, playing Hi Ho by the Dwarf Chorus on YouTube Music. By the way, your default music app is now YouTube Music, and then just played the song. No. So the first song that triggered it communicated it to you, and it was just like, oh, by the way, here you go. That's it. Keep in mind that this was about after 2 weeks of every time I turned the lights on and off, it telling me that Samsung Smart Things was changing on September 8th, and I had to go do something. Which was like, and by the way, unlike the YouTube Music change, it told me every time I used the Google Home about the Samsung Smart Things thing, as if I didn't hear it the first time, right? And there was no way to be like, okay, stop telling me that. But still, I digress. So now YouTube Music is our default one. So I'm like, fine, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to embrace it. We actually, we went out this weekend, this past weekend. We drove out to see some family, and I rented a car and I Bluetooth paired it. I'm like, I'm going to use YouTube Music, and so we used YouTube Music, and it was fine. I looked up albums, played the songs I want to hear. I never ran into a problem. Like, all right, maybe this isn't so bad. And then the other day, I said, okay, G, on the YouTube on the Google Home with the screen. I had used the word linger in a conversation. So I said, okay, play the song Linger by the Cranberries. All right. And here's the problem. It played the freaking music video. I wanted the song. Now, I want to see the album cover, maybe some lyrics, that sort of thing. But it played the stupid music video because it's on YouTube. And that's not what I wanted. Because,
the dash?
In the screen. No. This is when I was back home. Yeah, when I was whatever the Google Home, what is it called? The Google Home display.
Smart display.
Nest Hub, Nest whatever. Yeah, smart display. So in the instance of using YouTube Music now with the screen, I don't know if there's some way to say just play me songs versus play me videos. I don't want to see videos, because with two twins running around, they see motion on a screen, they stop and they're just watching it like it's TV. When I just want to play a song. So if I'm going to play the song from Snow White, I don't want them to play the scene from Snow White because that's on YouTube. I want to play the song from the soundtrack. And this is why YouTube Music is inherently flawed. So there you go.
I feel like you're preaching to the choir right now, Ron.
And I still have not sorted out all my subscriptions and all that stuff yet. It's just sitting there. There's literally, right now, I'm looking at my email. There are 21 messages, and they're all from Google Play and YouTube Music and YouTube that are all the same subject line. It's just,
jeez. At least they're consistent. And
it's a problem. It's definitely a problem.
Well, yeah, they're consistent and they don't let up, which is why you were notified every single time with that light. Because I can see what their thinking was. Well, if this dies before he makes the change, then he's going to blame us when it's not working anymore. So we got to make sure that he makes this change. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It is annoying.
So, so was I the only one? Was I the only one who got it, or did you guys get that message as well with yours?
I got it. I got that message. Yeah.
I did not get that message only because I had already switched over to YouTube Music as the default because I have been continually running into confusing issues where the home for my kids and for me, it won't know what to play where. So it's like, play the album Hamilton. I'm playing it on, I'll play the album Hamilton on Google Play Music. Sorry, that playlist is empty. What does that mean? Okay, play the album Hamilton on YouTube Music, and then it plays like some weird random thing. It's like, no, that's not the album Hamilton. Play the original soundtrack Hamilton on YouTube Music, and so at some point I was like, all right, so it's trying to figure out what I want and from where. If the movement is over to YouTube Music, I'm just going to set it for that and see if it clears the situation, and it really hasn't. And I'm so frustrated with it. It sucks.
It's just what I feel like. Part of what we're describing, yes, is a very big inherent problem with YouTube Music and Google Play Music and how that's going to live side by side. It's also a problem with the assistant and just the way it's going to have to parse between these different commands. And assistant needs to become a little more sophisticated than it is now. And it's already I would argue, the most sophisticated of the bunch that exist. But within Google, it needs to become a little more sophisticated to understand when Ron is asking for music versus when Ron is asking for video.
So now I will say I did not do the research because I just want things to work. And I did just Google YouTube Music don't show video. And the first result is the support.google.com, choose between song and video mode. And it says with a YouTube Music Premium membership, you can choose whether to listen to your music or enjoy the music video experience of YouTube Music. So it is a setting that I just have not set. So apparently on Android,
it should be off by the default, in my opinion. I don't know.
You go into settings and you switch don't play music videos to the on position. So now I need to test that if that will still carry through to the Google Home. Yeah,
so user friendly.
The thing is that here's my whole issue with it is that Google has the pieces on the table. Yes. The puzzle pieces there, right? And it's 100 puzzle piece and they've got like 75 pieces. And it's that last 25 piece that really makes it sing and sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But it's the last 25% that is that last mile where things can be in the future. It can be a Star Trek world where we just say play the song and it plays it. And it's that last bit that is the hardest bit, and I feel like they're not doing the work to get there. So.
I just get frustrated because it used to work. It used to work exactly as it needed to, and I would be the first person to tell someone, "Oh my God, it's amazing! My kids are using it. You know, I've got a 4-year-old daughter, and she knows how to queue up a song on the Google Home." And now, like, it's frustration all around, and it's just like it's the usual. It's the norm to be frustrated trying to get our Google Home to do something that used to be so easy, and it sucks.
I just switched the setting, and then I got a how satisfied are you with YouTube Music?
Go on. Go on.
Be honest.
Well, some good news. I just set that. I just don't know if it's going to affect the Home app, so I need to figure that out. How that works, because that's the problem. So
on your smart display, you mean?
Yeah, on the smart display.
Yeah. Maybe there's a setting on there. I don't know. I don't have a smart display primarily for that reason. I knew that if I brought a smart display in this house, that it would become a YouTube vector. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm not even going to go there.
I will say that for a moment, I almost went to Twitter and I had it half written where I said, made by Google and Google Nest. How do I switch back to Google Play Music? But I didn't because I didn't want to be that person and troll them. But yeah, I thought about it.
So let's end this on a good note, at least. Some good news about YouTube Music. A 9to5 Google APK teardown actually hints that YouTube Music is likely going to allow for the casting of your music library for free, like you've been able to do with Google Play Music. Right now, if you are a free user of YouTube Music and you try and cast your uploaded library, you are not able to cast that to your smart speakers, from what I understand. And apparently there's hints inside the APK teardown that point to them activating this feature at some point. So at least there's that. I don't know. It's some good news anyway.